there is a conversation that is almost never had out loud. It exists in the quiet anxieties of millions, in the anonymous questions typed into search bars at 2 in the morning, and in the unspoken worries we carry about what is normal. It's a conversation about one of the most common, yet most misunderstood, of all human behaviors. Today, we are going to have that conversation. Not with shame, not with judgment, but with the clear, illuminating light of psychology. We are going to explore what your relationship with masturbation might be revealing about the deeper currents of your mental and emotional health. This isn't a video about morality, it is a video about patterns, because our most private, most compulsive habits are often the most honest mirrors we have. They reflect back to us not what we say we feel, but what we actually feel. They show us the parts of ourselves we might be avoiding, the anxieties we are trying to soothe, and the voids we are trying to fill. So, if you are ready to look into that mirror with honesty and curiosity, then you are in the right place. This is not about stopping a behavior. It is about understanding what that behavior is trying to tell you. This is the art of Ascent. Part 2, the neuroscience of a habit. Before we can understand the psychology, we must first understand the biology. Every habit, from biting your nails to checking your phone, is carved into your brain by a powerful neurotransmitter, dopamine. Often called the pleasure molecule, that's not quite right. It's more accurately the motivation molecule. Dopamine's primary job is to get you to repeat behaviors that your brain believes are good for survival. When you eat a high-calorie food, your brain releases dopamine. It says, "That was good. Do that again." When you achieve a goal, you get a hit of dopamine. "That felt great. Strive for more." The act of sexual release, whether with a partner or alone, triggers one of the largest natural floods of dopamine available to the human brain. It is a primal, biological imperative. Your brain screams, "This is critical for the survival of the species." Remember this feeling and seek it out again. This creates a powerful neurological loop, what scientists call a habit loop. It consists of 3 parts: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue is the trigger. It could be a feeling, like stress or boredom. It could be a time of day, like right before you go to sleep. It could be a place, like being alone in your room. The routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is that massive, reinforcing flood of dopamine, which provides a moment of pleasure, relief, or distraction. The more you run this loop, the more the pathway in your brain becomes like a well-worn trail, making the behavior almost automatic. It becomes your default response to the cue. This process is not inherently good or bad. It is simply how the human machine is built. It's the same mechanism that helps you build a habit of going to the gym, or, unfortunately, a habit of smoking a cigarette. The problem does not lie in the loop itself. The problem arises when the loop becomes our only tool for dealing with a difficult emotional world, when a natural human behavior ceases to be a choice and instead becomes a compulsion. Part 3, the 4 psychological mirrors. This is where we move from the brain to the mind. If your habit feels less like a choice and more like a need, it is often acting as a powerful, if unconscious, coping mechanism. It becomes a mirror, reflecting one of 4 common underlying emotional states. The first mirror is anxiety. The anxious mind is a mind that is constantly living in the future. It is a storm of what ifs. What if I fail the presentation? What if they don't like me? What if something terrible happens? This state of chronic overthinking is neurologically exhausting. Your nervous system is in a constant, low-grade state of fight or flight. In this state, the brain craves a release valve. It desperately seeks a way to shut down the racing thoughts and bring you back into the physical present moment. The intense physical sensation and subsequent dopamine release from orgasm is an incredibly effective, if temporary, way to achieve this. It acts like a neurological circuit breaker. For a few brief moments, the storm of worry ceases. You are not in your head. You are in your body. If you find that your habit spikes during times of high stress, before an exam, after a difficult conversation, when facing a big deadline, it may not be about sexual desire at all. It may be your mind's frantic attempt to self-soothe. It's a desperate search for a moment of peace in the relentless storm of anxiety. The pattern is not one of pleasure-seeking, but of pain avoidance. The second mirror is depression. The depressive mind is often the opposite of the anxious one. It is not living in a feared future, but trapped in a colorless, joyless present. Depression is often characterized by anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure from activities you once enjoyed. The world feels muted, grey, and flat. In this emotional desert, the brain is starved for positive sensation. It is desperately seeking any signal that it is still capable of feeling good. The powerful dopamine rush of an orgasm can become one of the only reliable ways to feel anything at all. It's a brief, fleeting burst of color in a black and white world. When the habit becomes a way to simply prove to yourself that you can still feel pleasure, it's a significant red flag. It's a sign that your baseline level of joy and satisfaction has fallen dangerously low. The pattern is not one of genuine arousal, but of a desperate attempt to feel alive, even for just a moment. It's a temporary solution to a chronic lack of joy. The third, and perhaps most common mirror, is loneliness. As a species, we are fundamentally wired for connection. We crave intimacy, touch, and the feeling of being wanted and desired. In the modern world, it has become easier than ever to be chronically disconnected. We can be surrounded by people and still feel profoundly alone. A masturbation habit can become a stand-in for this missing intimacy. It provides a simulation of the connection we crave. It offers a moment of physical release that is deeply intertwined with our biological need for pair bonding. It can become a way to numb the quiet ache of solitude if the behavior is often followed by a wave of sadness, emptiness, or an even more profound sense of loneliness. This is a strong indicator. It means the act is highlighting the very thing it's trying to replace. It provided the physical sensation, but it failed to provide the emotional connection your soul is truly starving for. The pattern is one of seeking a substitute for genuine human intimacy. And the fourth mirror is avoidance. This is the mirror of deep-seated procrastination. It's when we use the habit not to soothe a feeling, but to escape a responsibility. There is a difficult task we know we must do, that challenging project, that courageous conversation, that first step towards a new life. The task represents the pain of effort and the possibility of failure. The habit becomes the ultimate escape. It offers a guaranteed, immediate, and effortless reward. It's the path of least resistance. Why engage with the difficult and uncertain world of our ambitions when we can retreat into a guaranteed, private world of pleasure? This pattern is often characterized by a cycle of indulgence, followed by intense guilt and self-loathing. The brief moment of pleasure is immediately replaced by the crushing weight of knowing you have once again betrayed your own goals. You have traded your long-term fulfillment for short-term relief. The pattern is one of escaping the necessary challenges of personal growth. Part 4. The path to seeing yourself in these mirrors is not a cause for shame. It is a cause for compassionate self-awareness. Your brain is not your enemy. It is simply trying to solve a problem with the best tool it has available. Our task is to recognize the real problem and give it a better set of tools. The path forward begins with a single question. The next time you feel the urge, pause for just a moment and ask yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? Am I feeling anxious about the future? Then perhaps a better tool is a 10-minute meditation, a brisk walk outside, or writing down my worries on a piece of paper. Am I feeling the grayness of depression? Perhaps a better tool is to call a friend, listen to an uplifting piece of music, or accomplish one very small, tangible task to create a sense of agency. Am I feeling the ache of loneliness? Perhaps a better tool is to reach out to a family member, join a local club, or find a community online that shares my interests. Am I trying to avoid a difficult task? Perhaps a better tool is the 5-minute rule, to commit to just 5 minutes of effort, to lower the activation energy and begin. This is not about suppression, it is about redirection. It is about honoring the signal your body is sending you, but choosing a more effective, long-term solution to address the root cause, not just the symptom. Part 5. The beginning of your ascent. Our habits do not define who we are, but our awareness of them gives us the power to decide who we want to become. This journey of introspection is the very foundation of a meaningful life. It is the first and most important step in the art of ascent. To help you on this journey, I've created a mental health self-audit, a simple, guided worksheet to help you identify these patterns in your own life. You can download it for free at the link in the description. What is one pattern you recognized in yourself today? Sharing it in the comments can be a powerful act of normalizing this conversation for others. Thank you for taking this journey with us.